Welcome to the Daily Spark Radio. Grab a warm drink, friend. I am your host, James, and today we are talking about midnight movies. No, not the ones you watch on your television, the ones in your head.
The absolute best kind of movies, honestly. Sometimes the weirdest, too.
Exactly. That voice belongs to our special guest today, Dr. Elias Thorne. He is a cognitive neuroscientist. He studies our sleeping brains. And I really need his help today. My brain is very strange at night.
We all feel that way, James. I promise your brain is perfectly normal.
I hope so. Last night, I dreamed I was taking a difficult math test, but my pencil kept turning into a yellow banana. It was so stressful. Why does that happen to us?
That is classic dream logic. Your brain is mixing stress with random objects. It's actually a sign of a very healthy, active mind.
A healthy mind? A banana pencil means I'm healthy? Well, you know, learning English can feel like a banana pencil sometimes.
Right.
You try to write a perfect sentence and the words just slip away. It's frustrating, but today we are going to make things easy. Today we will uncover the fascinating reasons why your brain puts on a movie for you every single night. So, Elias, welcome officially to the show.
Please, just call me Elias. I'm thrilled to be hanging out with you.
Awesome. Elias, you look at brains for a living. You study sleep. Have you ever woken up from a wild dream and wondered where in the world did that come from?
Oh, all the time. Even scientists get completely confused by their own dreams. Just last week, I dreamed I was a giant talking dog. I was giving a serious science lecture to a room full of cats.
That is incredible. Did the cats actually listen to you?
Not at all. They completely ignored me. It was very rude, actually. But that is the absolute magic of the sleeping brain.
Yeah.
We often think going to sleep is like turning off your laptop. You press a button, the screen goes black, and nothing happens.
Right. I always imagine my brain is just resting quietly, like a sleeping bear.
That's the biggest myth out there. Your brain never really stops working. It just switches jobs. It goes on the night shift.
Oh.
It imagines a busy restaurant closing for the night. The customers finally leave. The staff stays to clean up, take out the trash, and prep for tomorrow.
Oh, I love that picture. So my brain is sweeping the floors.
Exactly. It's sorting through everything that happened during your busy day. It decides what to keep and what to throw away.
That makes a lot of sense. But why the weird stories then? Why couldn't my brain just sweep the floor quietly in the dark? Why does it need to invent a banana pencil while I sleep?
Because the brain speaks in pictures and feelings, not clear logic. When it sorts through your daily stress, it uses strange symbols. A math test is a classic symbol of feeling unprepared for something.
And the banana?
Well, maybe you were just hungry before bed. The brain is funny that way.
That is absolutely fascinating. We're going to dig into all of this today. We'll talk about nightmares, weird dreams, and solving problems in your sleep. So, Elias, let us start at the very beginning. What exactly is our brain doing when we close our eyes and start dreaming?
Think of your brain like a messy office desk. At the end of a long workday, there are papers everywhere. Your brain needs to clean up that messy desk.
I see. So dreaming is basically like cleaning the office.
Exactly. When you sleep, your brain starts to process everything. Your brain is downloading all the files from your day. It looks at every single conversation you had.
Process everything. You know, like a computer does.
Just like a computer. It's very busy. And this brings us to a great English phrase. Your brain has to sort through the day's events.
Sort through. That means to organize things, right?
Yes, but it's more than just making a neat pile. It feels like making sense of total chaos. Imagine holding a massive pile of mixed-up mail.
Oh, I get that. Like bills and junk mail together?
Exactly. You must look at each letter very carefully. You decide what is junk and what is actually important.
That makes perfect sense. I hate sorting through my mail. I mean, it's always so incredibly boring.
We all do. But your brain loves doing it. It decides which moments become permanent long-term memory, and it decides which useless details it can just forget.
Wow. So it keeps the good stuff and tosses the junk.
Yes, it does, and the good stuff needs a safe home. That brings us to our next phrase, to store away.
Store away. How does that feel different from keeping something?
Great question, James. To store away feels very secure. You do not just leave an important item on the table. You put it inside a strong, safe box.
Interesting. It hides them from any potential damage.
Precisely. Your brain wants to protect those highly important memories. It locks them up so you don't lose them.
Got it. It's like putting winter coats in the closet. You don't need them right now in the summer.
Spot on. You store them away until you need them again. Maybe you'll need that memory for a test tomorrow. Your brain puts your memories on a safe, quiet shelf.
Honestly, I never thought of sleep as being so active.
Oh, it's incredibly busy in there. Truly non-stop work. Think about that for a second. While your body rests, your mind is working its hardest shift.
So my brain is working the night shift. Before we move on, Elias, give our listeners a tip. How can they use these phrases tomorrow in real life?
Well, try using sort through at your office job. If your boss gives you a big pile of documents, say, "I'll sort through these right after lunch."
It's a brilliant tip for the office. It sounds professional, very proactive, and incredibly natural. I'm going to use that line on my producer. Moving on from that tidy mental desk, let's talk about the chaos. Elias, why are our dreams sometimes so strange and confusing? They often feel like a weird movie that makes no sense.
People often think weird dreams mean you're losing your mind. Honestly, that's a complete myth. Your brain is just being highly creative.
I mean, last night I dreamt I was flying a toaster.
Exactly. Or you're in high school, but your teacher is a giant cat. You wake up feeling totally confused. You've been there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I wake up scratching my head all the time.
Well, your brain is usually trying to handle a strong emotion. It takes a feeling from your day, like anxiety or joy.
Interesting. So it uses our daily feelings as a starting point.
Yes. Then it grabs a random memory to match that feeling. It tries to process these totally unrelated things at once.
I see. So it's mashing things up to solve a problem.
Exactly. It's a very bizarre visual coping mechanism.
Let us look at a phrase you just inspired. We often try to make sense of these crazy dreams. Elias, how does the phrase "make sense of" feel to you?
It feels like standing in a dark room with a tiny flashlight. You're looking at strange shadows on the wall. You're squinting, trying hard to understand what you see.
Got it. It's not just understanding something quickly or easily. It's an active effort. You have to work for it. You try to make sense of the chaos.
Well said. And during this work, you have to piece together clues.
Haha, another brilliant phrase for our listeners to learn today. Let's do a quick scenario simulation for piece together. Imagine you accidentally drop a beautiful ceramic bowl on the floor.
Oh no, I hate when that happens.
It shatters. You're on your knees looking at the mess. You carefully pick up the sharp fragments one by one. You try to rebuild the bowl. You piece it together.
That's a beautiful analogy. It feels delicate and slow. You're literally connecting small parts to build a whole picture. Your brain takes an emotion here, a weird memory there.
That makes sense. It's like an art project in your head.
It really is. It pieces together a dream to help you feel better. So do not be afraid of those bizarre midnight movies. They're just your mind doing some very heavy lifting.
Wow. I will respect my flying toaster dream a bit more now. So, how can our listeners use these phrases tomorrow? Give us a practical tip for the real world.
Let's say a friend tells you a very confusing story. Don't say, "You're making no sense at all." That can sound a bit rude or dismissive, you know?
Right. You don't want to insult your friend.
Instead, say, "Give me a moment to piece this together."
Got it. It buys you time and sounds very thoughtful. Or you could say, I'm trying to make sense of this.
Perfect. Both phrases show you're actively listening and trying.
Leaving those bizarre visions behind, let's tackle the truly scary ones. Nobody likes having nightmares, honestly. But do these scary dreams actually serve a helpful purpose, Elias?
Well, people usually think nightmares are just the brain being mean, like your brain is actively trying to ruin your peaceful rest.
Right. Like a tiny monster in your head eating popcorn. Just watching you suffer and laughing at your absolute panic.
Exactly. But that's completely wrong. I mean it. Nightmares are actually a weird way your brain tries to protect you.
Interesting. Protect me by terrifying me out of my mind. That sounds like a truly terrible strategy, you know?
Think of a nightmare as a fire drill for your mind. Your brain creates a safe virtual reality room. It uses this room to safely practice human survival skills.
Wow. So it forces me to prepare for the worst?
Yes. Let us dive into that great phrase, prepare for. Emotionally, this phrase feels exactly like putting on heavy armor. It carries a very strong, forward-looking energy with it.
I see. It is not just sitting and waiting for disasters. You are actively getting yourself ready for a future challenge.
Precisely. Your brain is highly creative during this deep sleep stage. It invents incredibly wild threats, so you can practice escaping them.
That explains why I'm always running from giant bears. Or why I dream about showing up to work without pants.
Yes, it forces you to experience that intense emotion completely safely. Then, in real life, you know how to deal with sudden stress.
Deal with is our second key phrase for today. How does that one feel to you emotionally, Elias?
It feels very capable, but definitely a bit heavy. It means rolling up your sleeves to handle a messy situation. You're not avoiding the problem at all. You're facing it.
Got it. So, prepare for happens before the problem even starts, and deal with is taking action when the problem is right here.
You nailed it perfectly. Nightmares help you process the fear early, so you can deal with real-life bosses, bad traffic, or arguments calmly.
That makes total sense. It takes the sharp sting out of reality. Imagine having a terrifying nightmare about a big job interview. How would you explain your brain is just practicing? What would you say? It really changes how you view a bad night. Here's a practical tip you can use tomorrow morning. I always love practical tips. Lay it on us, doctor.
If you wake up sweating from a bad dream, do not panic. Tell yourself, my brain is just helping me prepare for life. It completely shifts your mindset for the rest of the day.
I absolutely love that. It reframes a scary night into a helpful one. Stepping away from those nighttime rehearsals, let us talk about solutions. You know, last week I could not fix a tricky podcast schedule. I went to bed feeling totally stuck and frustrated. The next morning, the perfect answer just appeared instantly.
Interesting.
Elias, I have to ask you about this. Is it really true? Can we actually solve real-life problems while we're fast asleep?
Yes, we absolutely can do that. Your brain is like a brilliant silent business partner.
Oh.
During the day, you collect a ton of scattered information. At night, your mind does the heavy lifting. It works quietly in the background while you rest.
Interesting. So the phrase sleep on it is not just an old myth.
It is built on genuine science, James. Let's look closely at that phrase, sleep on it. Usually, it means delaying a big choice until tomorrow. You wait before making a final decision.
I mean, how does it actually feel to use it?
It feels like hitting a pause button on your stress. You protect your mind from making a rushed, bad choice.
Oh.
It brings a deep, calming sense of relief, honestly.
You simply give yourself permission to step back. The pressure just melts away.
That makes sense. I definitely felt that relief with my own scheduling issue.
Right?
Have you ever had a tough email sitting in your drafts for hours? Did you sleep on it and wake up knowing exactly what to say?
That is a perfect everyday example, James. When you sleep, your mind actively connects new ideas.
Oh,
It links those fresh ideas to an older, useful memory. This helps you process complex information safely. It is a highly creative state of mind.
wow. So our brains are literally brainstorming without us. They just hold secret meetings in the dark.
They really are doing exactly that. Your brain loves to connect the dots in silence. And that leads us to our second key phrase today. Sometimes you wake up with an answer.
Ah, yes. Like when the solution is just suddenly there in your head.
That is precisely how it works. To wake up with an idea feels like a sudden gift.
Aw.
It is that magical moment of instant mental clarity. You open your eyes and the heavy confusion is gone. Any negative emotion from yesterday just completely disappears.
I see. It's like waking up to a finished puzzle. You left the pieces scattered on the table. Now they form a beautiful, complete picture.
That is a fantastic analogy, James. Your brain worked the night shift for you. It organized everything while you were peacefully resting.
This is honestly so fascinating. We need a practical tip for our listeners, Elias. I want to know how we can use this hidden superpower tonight. I want to try this out immediately.
Well, try this very simple technique before bed tonight. Write down one specific problem you want to solve. Keep it to just a short sentence on paper.
Like giving your brain a little midnight homework assignment.
It's exactly like a tiny homework assignment. Leave that paper right on your bedside table. Let your brain review the problem overnight. You might just wake up with the perfect solution tomorrow.
All right, Elias. Before we look at today's vocabulary, it is lightning round time. Fast questions, fast answers. Are you ready for this?
I was born ready. Hit me with your absolute best questions, James.
Question 1. I have always wondered this. Do blind people see pictures in their dreams?
That is a great question. Well, if they were born blind, no, they do not see images. Instead, they dream in sound, touch, and smell. They might feel the wind or hear voices. It's a very rich sensory experience, just without the visual pictures.
Wow, that is beautiful to think about. Okay, moving to question 2. Can we actually learn to control our dreams? You know, like playing a video game.
Yes, it's called lucid dreaming. Basically, you wake up inside the dream and realize you're dreaming. It takes a lot of practice, but you can train your brain to do it. Some people choose to fly.
I want to fly. I'm definitely going to look into that tonight. All right, question 3. Why do I forget my dream exactly 5 seconds after I wake up? I have an amazing dream and then poof, it's gone. It drives me totally crazy.
Your brain dumps the dream memory on purpose. It's completely intentional. Think of it like a computer clearing its files.
Right?
It wants you to focus on the real world, not the dream world. If we remembered every dream, we might confuse them with real memories. It's a basic survival trick.
That makes sense, but it's still very annoying. Okay, last question. Do animals dream? My dog always moves his legs when he sleeps on the rug.
Oh, absolutely. Dogs, cats, and even tiny birds dream. They experience the same sleep cycles we do. Your dog is probably dreaming about chasing a very fast squirrel, or maybe eating a dropped hot dog.
Knowing him, it's definitely the hot dog. Thank you, Elias. You survived the lightning round. Let us dive right into the words we use today.
Our first vocabulary word is process.
You might have heard us say process when talking about how the brain handles the events of the day.
Don't think of a factory machine. Think of a very human feeling.
Imagine you just had a very long, intense conversation with a good friend.
Your head is spinning a bit. You need a moment of quiet.
You sit on the couch, you stare at the wall, you are digesting what was said.
That's processing. It's taking raw information and slowly making sense of it.
For your use it tomorrow moment, try this at work. When your boss hands you a massive new project, don't panic.
Just say, "Thank you. Give me an hour to process this information before we discuss it."
I love that. It sounds very professional. Next up is memory. You might have heard us say memory when discussing what the brain chooses to keep.
Forget about computer hard drives. Think of a dusty, beautiful mental scrapbook. It's the sudden warmth you feel when you smell a perfume your grandmother used to wear.
Or the vivid image of a sunny day at the beach from 10 years ago.
A memory is a slice of time that you carry with you.
Use it tomorrow like this. If a friend tells an old joke, say, "Wow, that brings back a great memory." Our third word today is protect. We talked about how dreams actually protect us from waking stress. You might have heard us say protect and pictured a knight holding a heavy metal shield, but it's a very common everyday action. Think about walking in the pouring rain. You hold an umbrella over your friend. You're keeping them safe from the cold water. Exactly, you're shielding them. It doesn't have to be physical either. Right, you can protect your free time by saying no to extra work. Use it tomorrow at home. You can say, "I wear sunglasses to protect my eyes from the bright glare." Before we hit the last two words, let's quickly recap a few phrases we used. We used sort through, piece together, and store away. Think of a jigsaw puzzle. First, you sort through all the messy pieces on the table. Then you slowly piece together the corners and the edges to make a picture. Finally, when you are done, you store away the box on a high shelf.
They're perfect phrases for organizing your life or your thoughts.
Absolutely. Now let us move to our fourth word, emotion. You might have heard us say emotion when talking about the wild feelings inside a dream.
Don't just think of someone crying. Think of the weather inside your head. Sometimes it's sunny and calm. You feel peaceful.
Sometimes it's a raging thunderstorm of anger or frustration.
Those are your emotions, the invisible weather that drives your day.
Use it tomorrow when talking about a movie. Say, "The actor spoke with so much raw emotion, I almost cried."
Finally, we have the word creative.
You might have heard us say creative when describing how weird and wonderful our dreams get. Being creative is not just painting a masterpiece in an art studio. It's coloring outside the lines, making something new out of ordinary things.
Imagine looking in your fridge. You only have an egg, half an onion, and old cheese.
But you managed to cook a delicious gourmet breakfast.
That's being creative. It's the spark of a fresh idea.
Use it tomorrow at the office. Say, "We need a creative solution to fix this broken schedule." Elias, this has been an absolute joy from start to finish. Thank you so much for coming on the show today and, explaining our crazy brains.
Oh, the pleasure was entirely mine, James. And seriously, keep dreaming about that giant fruit.
I will certainly try my best tonight. Maybe a giant strawberry this time.
I expect a full report next time.
Deal. And to you, listening at home or on your evening walk, thank you for sharing your precious time with us. I know learning a language can sometimes feel totally exhausting, you know?
But remember, even when you sleep, your brilliant brain is working for you.
Yes. Today, we uncovered why your brain puts on a movie for you every single night. It is busy sorting memories, protecting your mind, and creating absolute magic. So, here's my fun challenge for you this week. Let's hear it. Keep a small notebook and a pen right by your bed. When you wake up, write down just one single thing from your dream. That's a fantastic habit, especially if you try to write it in English. Exactly. Just one English word. See what your brain was secretly working on overnight. Tell us in the comments, what is the weirdest dream you've ever had? Did you fly over a city of cheese? Did you meet a talking dog? Or maybe you saw that famous banana pencil? Yes. Please let me know down below. I love reading your stories. Keep practicing your English every day and be kind to your creative mind. Now, for next time, imagine feeling a sudden, intense wave of excitement.
Ooh, I love a good mystery.
That pull you feel when you pick up a book you can't put down or hear a question you simply have to answer. Next time, we explore the science of curiosity, what it does to your brain, and how to use it to learn English faster. This has been the Daily Spark Radio. See you next time.